Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Stellaris. And where we last left off, we began our peaceful expansion into the eastern depths of the galaxy, and then were stabbed in the back by these jerkwads. The Ganlarev Interplanetary League, or like the Ganalev Interplanetary Jerk League. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Before we go off and head to war, though, there are a few things we need to take care of on the home front. One, I would like to get this outpost done so we can sector off this whole area. If that doesn't actually connect the two borders, I will sector off these, and then, we'll still be able to keep Sarak under our control without, dumping vast amounts of energy credits down the drain. What else is going on? We got some unemployment, and if we check it out here on Asher, we can definitely clear the active volcano and then throw a power plant up over it and use at least one of these unemployed pops effectively there. In the meantime, in the other spot, I don't see why we wouldn't want to slap down a frontier clinic just to boost the habitability of this planet ever so slightly. Seems like a good idea to me. Let's do it. We've also got some unemployed people kicking around on Mindos here, so let's take a look here, and what can we do to make their lives better? They're producing enough food. They've got no real planetary uses or resources to utilize, so we might as well throw down a combat arena. Seems like a good idea. We could throw down a combat arena in all the places where people are unemployed and give them a little bit of friendly fun. We've got that inactive Betherian stone power plant, which is unfortunate because we really could use that power. But like I say, once we go to war with the interplanetary jerkwads, we'll be set and ready for that. We can kick this up to speed fast and hopefully get that frontier outpost set and ready and connected, and then sectored the eastern colonies, the eastern reach. Hell, who knows? If you guys have a good name for a sector, let me know. Can we travel here yet? No. Why? I assumed science ships were civilian ships. Maybe I was wrong with that assumption. Stranger things have happened. With that being the case, then we might as well just fly around aimlessly and check some stuff out. Might as well go check out that black hole, although there's likely to be some sort of evil doers over there wishing to kill everybody who comes anywhere near them. We'll hope that that's not the case. We got going on here. It looks like, no, that is definitely not a planet we can add to the sector, because we've got nothing going on here. A little bit of pushback, but we still don't have Robolus in our sector, so what can he do? The Cartel of Avafob. My god, that's got to be somewhere up in here. Big old mess of a galaxy we've got going on. Lunar Ticket completed the frontier outpost, did you? Yes. Oh, and it is enough to create an entire sector out of here. That is lovely. Let's create a new one because we can. Obviously, you're going to be the sector capital, and we will slowly include everybody there. We can't snag you yet, but we will soon. We'll finish off that sector, and we will go ahead and... Actually, we should have... What's the planet name down here? Thebes? We should have a governor on Thebes who should now be free, right? We do. Leonard Greenberg, an army veteran. Congratulations, sir. And we will fill you full of minerals, and we'll give you some energy as well. It's critical to be doing this with your sectors, especially if you treat them as I do with... the beginning of the game, or setting up sectors as soon as you possibly can and letting the AI decide how those things grow all the time. Which, as a fan, or as someone who doesn't like micromanagement, I'm a fan of that in this game, let me tell you that. In the meantime, we got stuff to deal with you. All we want is to be left alone. Is that such a difficult concept for beasts to understand? Generally, when you're calling people beasts, then yeah, that is kind of a difficult thing for me to understand. So we're going to declare war, and we are going to want the Bazinak system over here for me, and my vassal damn well better not say no. Beauty. My vassal didn't say no. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first strike force, and if we can afford an admiral, which we can do, I guess we'll put Torres here in command, because she's got some evasion bonus that should be of limited use to us. And then we can take our strike force here, our little raiding force of corvettes, and send them in maybe into Teneric here. We can wreck some of their energy and research production and basically make it a difficult time for them to continue running an empire. Obviously, we're not going to touch a thing in Robolis, considering we're the ones who built those stations. We're not going to blow them up. First contact with the Provagular Unity. Pitiful creatures! Know that we roam the stars for eons before your hapless species mastered spaceflight. You'll find yourself no match. Will not be held back, actually. So let's go find out where that fallen empire is. Because I assume they're a fallen empire if they're talking to me with that tone. Oh, there they are. Oh, I see. So we've definitely got the military isolationists up here with their beacon of infinity and stability, and apparently soul. Well, isn't that just lovely? Where is my science ship that was out here? You're a bunch of gas grazers that apparently I can box select. I guess my science ship got sent home? Oh yeah, there you are. Oh, that must be within their space. I gotcha. Yeah. It all makes sense to me now. That's a bit weird. Well, it isn't. I mean, from an RP's perspective, it's very weird. From I know how this game works with the way soul gets generated, it isn't that weird. Sadly, a transport fleet. A transport fleet? Well, let's go and take out their wormhole station. And then perhaps we can prevent them from fleeing. And knowing that these guys are wormhole people now, we're going to want to be hitting as many of their wormhole stations as we possibly can. Mineral processing is done. Let's get ourselves some Grathanium forges, because rare resources are always good to find. And what do we got going on in this system? Not much? Alright. Keep on your aggressive stance and go wipe out those two things. Keep an eye on that to make sure none of their big ships come along. We've got that sector completely surveyed. And we're not heading that way, but you know what we can do? Because we got the time. Whoo! What is this? What are you? One and only one interesting geological feature. A level 2, a level 4, a level 5. Ernesto Velasco, will you survive the flight out there? Potentially not, actually, taking a look at it. Well, you do have 25 years. Yeah, I'd still suggest you might not be able to make it, but you know what? Let's risk it. That's the best chance we're going to have. And that's very far away. It might not stay within our realm forever. What do we got going on here? You are attacking the spaceport. That's fine. And my other fleet has yet to engage. Okay, so that means that you're just engaging two things at once, which is fine. That's, you know, making things more efficient. Oh, and there's the strike craft or I guess technically scout craft that are associated with the cruiser we got for free. So that's neat, and we haven't built any destroyers, have we? We've got the tech for it, but I haven't built any Burgundy-class destroyers. Well, I should have done that before going to war. Oh well. We'll make room in our fleet capacity for some more bigger ships. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, those little strike craft actually do seem to be doing relatively decently as well. We've got our special project. Oh, that'll just be debris. We don't need to research the debris. I mean, it might help, but
construction complete.
I don't really like sending science ships into war zones. I'm not sure why. Looks like we got some production done down here, and we got that opened up. So how about you two trade places? And then we can get another power plant going here. Hostile engaged. Okay, so that's just you guys turning around? Or is that you guys going on the next starbase? And that's you guys going on to the next starbase. Lovely. Alright, let's kill that, and then we will head over into the Enith system to see if we can tear down some more energy-producing plants. Are you guys just confused about which one to attack? Because you're kinda not engaging. Yeah, I don't think you're engaging anybody, are you? And those strike craft are not gone. When they're gone, they do not regen. So...
hostile fleet engaged.
Oh! And we've lost our destroyer, or our cruiser. Well, that is incredibly unfortunate. Of course, we weren't able to put many defensive systems on it. So that kind of makes sense. We might have to warp out of here. I don't want to retreat these guys, but I don't think I've got a choice. So let's emergency FTL on out of there. The fleet will head back. We can get them repaired because they are going to take some damage doing that. And then
Situation log updated.
We'll send them back, and I guess send them in a more intelligent pattern where they're not going to have two units to get confused about. Go ahead, orbit up there, get yourself repaired. Everything's fine and dandy. Got some tile blocker research done. Arctic Worlds! Finally, we can use our Hulfier people to actually go out and do the things they need to do. What do we got going on here? We aim to establish an embassy. I will let you do that. Alright. Hitting them where it hurts in their power generation. What do we got? Nobody declaring war on me. That's just fine.
Log updated.
Our first fleet is looking...
Construction complete.
Well, have they made it to port yet? No, that's why things are looking a little difficult for them. Looks like these space cows may be getting all turned around here over my colony. We got a lot of stuff going on. Hostile fleets. 589 compared to 712. We shouldn't have an issue taking those guys down. Especially not our friends left. Who died? Oh, he didn't make it out there, did he? Not even close. Have we got a good scientist who we can put in command? What are you in command of fish and chips? Alright, Ludmilla. You can take command of the Jurassic Quark. And where was that? There it was. Go ahead and research that. She's got some bonuses for that. And now the fish and chips needs a science commander. So we will go ahead and get them one. We can recruit a new one, and we will go with... All right, Abdullah. You can take command. Where are you? There you are. And what are you doing out here? Not a whole heck of a lot. So why don't you survey the system you jumped into there and see what you can discover.
Situation log updated.
That's fine. That'll just be more debris. And yeah, it looks like we've decided not to engage, or the fleet that jumped in there has decided not to engage us. We will jump to... I don't know, maybe that system next. Our fleet's slowly getting repaired. Really wish we didn't lose that cruiser, but stuff happens in war. And our vassals, I'd love for them to jump in, but it's entirely unnecessary with their rather pitiful battle groups down there. First Strike Force is ready to return, so we will take them and sort of go in an order that makes sense instead of attempting to shut down the wormhole gate first, which admittedly does kind of suck, but we got our hands tied when it comes to, you know, what we can actually do here. So it is what it is. You know, I'm not getting myself concerned. What I should be getting concerned about, though, is embarking my assault armies here. And then we can have everybody form up over this asteroid and merge together. Now, if we got an enemy fleet, we do, but it's not going to be much of a concern. And in fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they're just going to leave. Oh, we don't. Maybe they jumped out. They must have. What do we got? Second Strike Force is engaging over here. No enemy fleets. That's good. We're going to want to make sure we keep those guys on the move, though. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll come back in here and we can see our vassals jumping in with their nuclear missile armed corvettes. We got some more corvettes. We got some more research to do. And I think what we'll do is go for disruptors, unless... yeah, none of those are really catching my eye, and I don't know if they ever will. So let's get disruptors on the go. Come on. That's that taken care of. Now go hit the next one. And let's take a look at my sectors, because I'm willing to bet you could use yourself a bit more minerals to get those planet productions up.
Hostile fleet.
And it's not you who's getting engaged. That's good. Let's send you on over there then.
Anomaly found.
We will leave that be for now. And now we should be able to quite easily take that down. Science Officer Ludmila Yurtsov has issued a report indicating that there are none too pleased, having been ordered to study Nij 1b, where they found nothing of interest. The thing, though, was like, this planet is dull except for one thing. Just one thing. That's it. And they're like, you know what?
Updated.
That one thing? Not even that interesting. So it's just a boring planet, I guess. Well, that's decidedly boring. Alright. Looks like we've cleared out this sector fairly effectively. And we're now set to start making some room for our ground forces to come on in, and we'll take the larger planet
Hostile
first.
fleet engaged.
Second strike force is second striking
Hostile fleet engaged.
all of those stations, which is lovely. We've got our transport fleet ready. We unfortunately can't get a you are just sitting around doing nothing, aren't you? That is decidedly not good. So we'll take the taco truck, send him on home to park above Seoul, and, well, probably upgrade to the latest design, and then we'll take it from there.
Situation log updated.
Fleet combat, the second strike force is fine because they're just clearing out stations. Let's check on the bombing. And it's coming along relatively okay. They've got no defending general, but they do have quite a lot of armies built up there. I don't know if my 12 units will be enough to take care of them. We'll see. The game should give me at least a little bit of a warning that's like, you know, you might not want to continue with the actions you're taking here. All right, that's that system completely taken care of. Let's jump on in to the next one. So this is what I mean by saying that, like, Doom stacks aren't the only way to go about fighting wars in this game. Because there's, you know, I mean, sure, when you engage an enemy fleet, it's probably going to be best. Like, if we were to jump into their capital sector here, you know, they've got a little bit of a station, although it's not much of a station. And then, you know, hardly any of fleet, they're leaving anyway. You know, in some situations, yes, it's good to combine your forces and thrust them ever so violently into the enemy. But for a lot of the time, it's, you know, it's better to keep strike forces separate. Have a main heavy-hitting strike force, which admittedly this is not much of a heavy-hitting strike force, and then, you know, working around with other smaller forces as well. Speaking of heavy-hitting strike forces, though, no, not that. We could probably look to start producing some destroyers. Second strike force, you're just hitting that station to give, you know, the first strike force a little more oomph in battle. Is that slowly coming to be ours? Probably not. We are sitting at a 14% war score, though, so you can't complain about that. And let's get some destroyers going. So we'll pause the game here. Are you advanced enough? No. So let's get you up, and let's get you up, and then let's get you producing some destroyers. And then we should be pretty good. I wonder, can I add any sort of attachment to these guys? Not while they're up on ships. Let's just make sure that's a station and not enemy fleets. Let's take our transport fleet and send them on over here. Enter orbit. And I mean, I don't want to fire a scientist, because I don't necessarily think that would be a good idea. Let's head over this way. Can we see the makeup of these planets yet? No, we cannot. Boo. I'd really like to see what's going on here. I imagine Sol 3 will be a tomb world, considering they're smack dab in the middle of a fallen empire. But we'll see. Who knows? It certainly does add a whole other consideration for human history, though. Fortifications are indeed down, so now we're just, you know, keeping these guys pinned down. And our transport fleet should be coming in any time now. And then hopefully we'll be able to take those systems without too much of an issue.
Construction complete.
And you, my raiding friends, should probably start heading up north. Hitting them in their research, you know, slows them down in the long run for sure, but isn't really all that necessary for war fighting. We'll go with railgun. You know, it's much better to hit him in the production of minerals and energy, because that's going to directly affect their ability to, you know, repair ships or even keep ships out in the galaxy. Oh, it looks like, has it been reduced enough? Is it? It's not. That hex, look at that. That hex is mainly in human space. That should be back to being my system, damn it. Alright, let's scope things out. We will see. So we're going to hit for between 1.98 and 3.96. And they're going to hit for between 1.63 and 3.27. So we do have a bit of an advantage. We're definitely going to be taking some damage here, especially since we don't have a general. They don't have a general either, though. So let's see just how bad this is going to be. The militias, those should be relatively easy to clear through. It's mainly the defensive armies that I'm concerned about. But let's see. Yeah, as suspected, the militias are falling pretty quickly. As not expected, though, the rest of the armies are falling pretty darn quickly as well. Considering other than power armor, I don't think I've invested much in troop tech research. We're sitting pretty.
System survey complete.
Let's take a look at you. You're moving in on a frontier outpost, so I mean, you know, nuking that's just a good idea. Our invasion was successful. Huzzah. Well, that's toning down. Yeah, sure, you can go beat up the research station. Although I guess that is going to be ours soon, isn't it? Well, it's going to go in a sector. They can rebuild it. Nobody declaring war on me. That's good.
Upgraded. Construction complete.
The taco truck has been fully upgraded and is now sitting around not doing anything. So, Nadia, feel free to assist research, and at the very least, that's going to get you doing better things. Getting more experience in life and science. And who are you? I guess you were probably liberated, because you're not... Oh no, you still are at war, so I don't know where those guys came from, but there they is. We hope for a peaceful, decorous future. Well, we can probably...
Science ship under attack.
Have that happen there. Fish and chips! Oh no. Oh no.
Fleet engaged.
No. Retreat. You did not survive the emergency FTL jump. Damn. Okay, well, on the plus side, that means we now have a free leader, which would be a good thing to have. What do we got going on over here? Just a couple of transport ships, huh? You want to come fight? I don't think you want to come fight. Please go bomb that nation. And we can embark all, and then get a general involved here. Increased army damage sounds about right. Now let's go enter orbit. And they shouldn't have much in the way of land defenses here. Oh, they still have quite a few planetary fortifications. So, boo to that. What do we got going on here? We've got just the one destroyer. I guess that makes sense because we only had one destroyer being built. So let's go send it to the fleet, and then we can get a whole schwack of these things going over here. And get some capital ships up and running, which would be good. We're working on trimming down the stations here, which is lovely. We got some more carriers? They just keep showing up, don't they?
Hostile fleet engaged.
Oh, that's going to be an annoying strategy, isn't it? They're just going to keep jumping in.
Hostile fleet engaged.
We are forced to surrender, but don't think we will forget how callously you took Gandlarev lives. This is exactly what we expected from your kind. Well, we expected the best possible outcome, and I guess we got it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second, why is this thatched? Did I just... Oh, no! No! Well, at least we got our mining sector back. Okay. Those are our transport fleets. You guys, instead, you guys can just head to Earth and land your armies. That should be fine. We've got our second strike force. They're going to be coming home. Thankfully through our vassals' territory and into a system we have not explored yet, so that's pretty good. And if we had a ship out here still, we might be able to get it home, but well, maybe. Oh, did they? Oh, just a frontier outpost. I almost got far too excited there, thinking that they had, colonized a planet. We'll get the Jurassic Quark out over there to research some of that stuff, coming in from halfway across the galaxy. Maybe it would be better then to do this. We'll take the taco truck instead, which is decidedly closer. And thank you, Paradox, for not blocking research if it's already been assigned. I like that. Come on. You can go down here and assist research. And there we have it. Pulling our science ships home. Making them do some good work. In the meantime, what I would like to do here is manage the Hulfir sector and add in Robolus and Bazanak. That should be pretty darn good. And just to make sure that that actually did work. Perfect. We got this system growing just fine with our... What are these guys? Arid preference. We got Arctic preference. We got preferences all across the world. This is just great. We could... Well, you are definitely going to be already going there. So you guys go meet up with the first strike force as well. And you're coming home in orbit around Earth. No. Merge. And we should be pretty close to getting Arctic World done, which means finally we can use the Defiance, which is a phrase I have not said in a very long time, but we can use the Defiance properly to go settle somewhere. Probably here to help out this sector, which does need a name. Usually I would go with something dull and boring like Eastern Colonies, but that just doesn't seem right. So let me know what you guys think this sector should be named, and with a victory for the Human Galactic Union, yet again I might add, I'm going to leave the episode here for today. So, thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.